here we are. I scare myself almost every time. I'm not expecting to see my face in front of me on this big monitor that I've got. How is everybody in the house today? It's Friday evening here in the Philippines. I hope you could hear me okay. How are you? How are you? Hope you've been watching the videos. We are close. Anna May, thanks so much for your 2 months of membership. We really appreciate it here on the channel. Hey, so what was I going to say? Charam is in the house. It's me, Lou. It's me, Lou. I'd rather be you. How's everybody doing? It's Friday evening here in the Philippines, and it's the day before everywhere else, or something like that. Hey, Mother's Day is coming up soon. I think on Sunday here in the Philippines, right? Happy Mother's Day to all you mothers out there. You know who you are. You're a mother and a lover. Yes, I hope you've been watching the videos because we're getting real close to that $100. So we have 4 million people watching, and we have a whole bunch that are probably listening and making dinner for the kiddies. But I wish they were here because we're going to be giving away 3 prizes tonight of 200 pesos each. And we're going to simplify it, right? We're going to do it just the same way we did last week by the first person guessing the number wins the money, and then I'll send it to you promptly in your Gmail. And it worked out pretty great last week, so I'm happy to be doing it again. Tim Deziak is in the house. I see that Cute Akko is here. Oh, yes, Cute Akko. Here you go. Akko, standard moderator for Cute Akko. So, Tim, how's everything going this evening? Oh, wait, I haven't put up the chat here. I'm looking on my phone to keep track of everything that's going on. I still don't, it takes practice to do this. A lot of you do live streams all the time, and you got it down, you got everything all organized and everything. I keep making rookie mistakes. What am I supposed to do? I'm a senior. Well, it was really hot today, so some of you watched the video of where I loaded up the ice cream chest. I want to tell you what that's all about. It's not for me to be eating all the ice cream. I was just waiting for a very, very hot day to go and share the ice cream with friends in the neighborhood. That was the whole plan. But here's what ended up happening. I started eating it. And everybody else started eating it. I should have locked that freezer, because everybody kept going in there. Anybody walking by would see the freezer. They'd go, free food. They'd open it up. They'd see the ice cream in there, and then they would take it out. They would help themselves to some ice cream for free. Ann is here. Ann, how are you, Ann? It's me, Lou. Anna's here. Anna May Reyes is here. So, so then I started thinking, man, I gotta give this ice cream away real quick. It was super hot day today, but it wasn't the hottest day that we've had in the last 30 days. I was waiting for a really hot day, and I was going to get some of those blue styrofoam coolers. We were going to fill them up with ice cream, and then we're going to go play Santa Claus in the summertime throughout the neighborhood, handing out free ice cream to whoever was willing to take it. And I know you're laughing. Oh, anybody who hands me an ice cream, I'm going to take, right? And so anybody who hands me, probably it's not, I don't do anything that's legal, Tim. I try and break the law as often as I possibly can. Anna G is here. Good evening, Anna G. Ma'am Minnie is in the other room. I think she's doing her nails. You know how women are. So, yeah, I try not to be legal in anything that I do. I want to be deported from the Philippines like everybody else. Yeah, I know it's hot up there in Pampanga. We have friends that are visiting here that we haven't hooked up yet from the Manila area, and they're only going to be down here for 4 days. But we were going to follow them back up there, Tim. But I don't think so. I don't think so because it's too dang hot. It's too dang hot to be heading north just about uh, just about now. We have to wait. We have to wait a little bit longer. James is here. Hi, James. How are you today? Letty me. How are you? You're funny. Hey, I'm shy, Letty me, about that budget thing. You know, so yeah, it is a very weird thing. It's a very strange thing. Letty me, if you don't mind, I want to talk about it a little bit. So I did a video, Larice on my other channel, and the Dogmatic Dan channel, for which I found out I'm not very dogmatic. You know, I used to bark all the time, like bark out orders, bark out my opinion, and I would never ever be wrong. Yannerine Sai is in the house. So, but now when it comes down to do it in front of a video, I can't do it. I have no idea why. It just won't come out. It takes weeks for me to put a video together for that channel because I know what I want to talk about. But as soon as I get a script down, something new has come up. Something new has come up. Something new has come up. And so something very, very important that makes the subject that I was going to talk about totally and completely dated. And things are happening so fast in the U.S. economy right now that it's happening so rapidly, it's hard to keep up. Lorraine Pajares is in the house. Pajares is here. And so I have friends drive motorcycles to Baguio just to sleep on the side of the road. Yeah, what it's like to be cool up there. If it weren't for those cliff roads, I'd be up there most likely. I need a cool place to hang out, that's for sure. 6 million people in the house, or 7 million. Thank you so much for being here. So, Anna Mae, what do you say? What's it going to be today? And friendship. That's what it's all about. So, Letty Me, I was going to talk about this budget. It is a little bit weird in that I realize that it's a very large budget. That $1,500 per month is a huge budget for the Philippines, especially if you're living, I don't know, I guess for anybody, I guess somebody living in the province, it definitely is. Somebody living in the city, it would be a blessing. But so, yeah, no, but I have to be honest about this, right? I spend money like a drunken sailor. Mabel is here. Mabel Torres is in the house. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, welcome. So, I mean, but I'm being honest with you, that is the budget. So, but if I told you how much income was coming in, then you probably would say the same thing. You'd say, "Oh, dang, that's a lot of money, Dan." I said, "Yeah, I mean it's all relative. I mean to where you live, how much money you make, and how much money you spend. They're all obviously related to each other. And so if we were living in the States, it's not that we wouldn't barely get by. We would get by just fine, but it would have been hella boring because I would have been confined to my house. I wouldn't be able to do much more than live just a regular life of, uh, living in front of the big screen TV, something like that. Sweetie Pie, how are you? Uh, but definitely, I'd be burning up the rest of the money that I get in terms of Social Security and the pension. In other words, I would get closer to spending. Oh, Rona's here. I would get a lot closer to spending all the money that I had available to me, Menge, than that $1,500 budget that we have here in the Philippines. And I really, when I talk to people, it's all over the place as far as what I'm talking about is Filipinos. I start talking to them about their budget if they're willing to share it with me. It's kind of like all over the map. In other words, I certainly have made friends with Filipinos that have the same size budget as I do, or we do, man, Minnie and I, that is. And then I've met plenty of people that survive and thrive on a lot less. And so I don't know. That's Crystal's Adventure is here. Rona Cease in the house, and 10 million people. And so we're going to be doing the guessing game pretty soon on the numbers. I I was going to apologize for being lazy, but I don't think so. I think you guys all know me well enough by now. I'm lazy, Dan. I should change my name to Lazy Dan, but then Lazy Larry probably would think that I'm swiping his name. So, so I take the easy way out. Love giving away the money. Have to do it in contest form, or else it wouldn't be legal, right? Although I did just admit to Tim that I try to break the law wherever and whenever I can. So anyway, that's kind of what it is. You know, it's a little embarrassing to put it out there. I put it out there for the expats to let them know what I'm living on, and especially for people that are lazy low tech. Dan, that's right. Especially for the people that are planning on moving over here to the Philippines, which there seems to be like a rush of people moving in, especially from the West, especially from the United States. I'm running into them every single day. They're moving not only to the Philippines, not only to the Philippines, which is surprising enough, because I've pointed out many, many different times that there are way cheaper places to live than the Philippines. Daisy Lynn Castro is here. Beautiful voice, sings like a bird. Daisy Lynn, how are you? How's your family? I agree with what you posted on Facebook. I don't remember the wording, but I agreed with it. It was heartfelt what you posted on Facebook. So crystals, you know what I'm talking about. I mean, so I have this budget, and the budget is to emulate, if you will, or replicate a Western style of living, and that's pretty much what we do here, right? And so there's no difference that I could see except for the obvious things that we've already talked about. You know, the stuff going on with the water pressure, and the stuff going, you know, brownouts with the electricity, you know, and we've had to do all kinds of things to mitigate those or to correct those, and to plan for those. And some of them involve things we've already talked about, like buying the generator, putting a water pressure pump in there. But as you know, if you watch the video, we got rid of we didn't get rid of it, it's still there. But I just decided that what we'll do, Mengay and Daisy Lynn, what we'll actually do is we'll try and live without it for now. I probably was making too much of a big deal about it. There's certain days, most of the time, I would say 80% of the time, the water pressure is just fine. I shouldn't be making such a big deal about it. But what we did was we took that water heater that was going to be the whole house water heater originally. It's complicated because when they put the plumbing in this house, they did it Western style with the idea that there would be a whole house hot water heater. And so that means that you're going to have one dedicated hot water line and one dedicated cold water line, and then you would mix them. Well, when we scuttled that plan, now it's all combined into one, you know, cold water system. But when I thought of this about, by the way, do you know that there's a guy, is it called My Filipino Journey? I can't remember the name of his channel, but today he posted a video doing exactly the same thing that I wanted to accomplish by integrating the water pump with that storage tank. And so he shows me how to do it step by step right there on the video. And I think that's quite a coinkydink. But anyway, nonetheless, I've got it set up now so that it's in the water heater that we were going to use, but the water heater part, the hot water part, doesn't work, right? Well, it's not that, well, I guess, I mean, it all depends, you know, on how much. Tim, I'm reading your comment. If I have a generator for electricity, I wouldn't know or couldn't afford the fuel to run it. Yeah, and I'll tell you this, right? Running that car that we just bought, that minivan Suzuki, is way more expensive than running the generator on any given day. We're gonna have to figure something out because we've been using it way too much, and gas is very, very expensive here, you know. I started looking at it, it's only 63 cents a liter. When you start filling up that van, you kind of go, oh, there goes the hard earned 2,000 pesos right down the toilet, right in the gas tank. And of course, once I see that full line, inside the van. Well, you just want to get in that thing and drive it all over the place. It's so fun to drive around. I mean, I feel like a little kid inside there. Of course, right now I have a driver, right? I have brother-in-law Jill who drives around, and then Ma'am Minnie is going to be ready to go in just a few days. As long as she practices every day in the van, she's going to be good to go, right? So she'll be driving me around, and it'll be fun. I mean, it'll be fun to go downtown every day. Not every day. Like I said, we have to figure out a schedule because we got to conserve fuel. So Tim is saying I have been having brownouts almost every. Oh yeah, I've been watching your Facebook page too, for at least 3 to 4 hours at a time. It's terrible, and we're in a little bit better shape than that. We only have had an occasional brownout, even with everybody's air conditioner going full blast. So we've only had maybe, I would say, in the last week we had one. It happened in the middle of the night. I woke up around 2 in the morning. I looked around and I go, oh, they turned off the electricity. We're having a brownout. And then when I woke up in the morning, it was on. The electricity was on. There was no inconvenience. So that's about the only thing that I can recall experiencing. And maybe we've had one other in the past month or so. So things are going pretty good for us here in Bye Bye City Leyte. So it's the water pressure on Saturday that really is driving me crazy. But now that I know that it occurs because everybody's doing their laundry on Saturday, I can get up early, or even tonight I could take a shower and be done with it, and plus make sure that all the buckets and trash cans and whatever plastic container that we have that can hold water is all filled up so that everybody is not inconvenienced by doing laundry, on Saturday. Well, the water pressure is running somewhere between, I would say between 4 and 7 pounds, something like that, an occasional 8 pounds in the middle of the night. And I probably should be running 25 or 30, would make me happy. And so I'm not going to mess with it anymore, because once we did this trick with the water heater, it increased the water pressure inside the house by probably a factor of 8 to 10% if we got that much out of it, which doesn't seem like much, but it was enough in order for me to stop complaining about it. And then we're not using the water pressure pump, because I decided, hey, if we do need to use that water pressure pump somewhere down the line, then I will move it to a different location so as not to make it so confusing to the plumbers and everybody that has to install it. In other words, now I'm thinking like a Filipino thinks, and I'm going, hey, okay, that's the water tank over there. That's a storage tank. And then over here, we could just tap into the direct line that feeds the house and run the water pump if we need to do it at some point. But I'm not sure we're going to need to do it because everything is working fine. I'm getting used to, listen, if we have low water pressure, I'm getting used to using a bucket like everybody else when I need to. Not all the time, when I need to. And there are other things, the water pressure outside in the outdoor bathroom, the outdoor CR, that water pressure is great. It's running really, really fantastic. So, well, it's city water, it's city water. Anyway, I'm going around in circles, but since I am going around in circles, Tim, I was going to come up. Minnie and I, we were going to go to Cebu and hang around and visit with some friends. And then, yeah, we have friends in Cebu. We have friends all over now. It's fantastic. Hang around there for a few days, because, like I said, we have a friend from Manila that's here, but she's only going to be here for 4 days, and then she's headed back to Manila. They wouldn't give her much time off from work, I guess. And so the plan was, if she was going to be here like a week or two, we'll just follow her back up to Manila. But no, I don't think the heat wave is going to be over. And so Manila's going to have to wait. It's going to have to wait till it cools off a little bit. And then Mammy and I will venture out. I think it might be a little bit cooler where Crystals is, but I'm not sure. What's it like up there, Crystals? I mean, as you are, you're about what, 2 hours away from Baguio City? So, I mean, you could just head north, right? You just head north if you need some relief. You got a car, for crying out loud. You got a car that runs like a Swiss watch. So you should be, Crystals, you definitely should be seeking refuge up there in the mountains, right? Hmm. So anyway, that's what life is like. And then that door warped. Okay, so the door. I thought I'd seen it all, right? But all of a sudden, the door, first of all, the door locks fail. Yep, 2 hours sure, but I haven't been there this summer. Oh, you need to go. You need to go so you can get a strawberry shake, right? Strawberry everything. Strawberry cake, strawberry shortcake, strawberry ice cream, and just plain strawberries. Oh yeah, when are you leaving for Canada? I forgot. That's right. I was thinking about that today. Man, you ought to be getting pretty close to hitting the road to Canada. Yeah, you're gonna cool down. You're gonna cool down all right. So 2 hour drive, Crystals, and you got strawberries. Yummy, yummy. Strawberry popsicle, strawberry ice cream. All right. So anyway, yeah, I have a couple of hundred ice cream. I have a couple of hundred ice cream things, over there in that freezer that I know I'm going to be giving away in the next day or two. That's right, Tim. Strawberry Jam. Mengi's in the house, hanging in there with us. 9 million people, and two or three floating in and out of the chat, and now and again. Anime. How am I going to get more people in here? More people would be great because then we're going to have more opportunity. What more people have, well, they wouldn't have more of a chance to win. They'd actually have a less chance to win. It just would be nice to have more people join in the fun. So you're going in July. Oh, that's pretty soon. So you'll be by then it'll be 110 degrees in Canada. Yeah, they got a heat wave moving in there. So as soon as you leave here, you'll be all set to go. It'll be summertime in Canada. It'll work out. There's no escaping the heat. I don't know if I asked you, Tim, how long you were going to be gone, though. Rona Cease is here. Rona. No, Rhonda. Rona. That's right. Yeah, I'm going blind. Rona's here. All right, 12 people, 12 million people in the house. So what else happened? The door. So let's talk about the door a little bit. I know these aren't everyday problems that most of us have to deal with, right? But we have this custom door made, because it's a the house had a large entry. It has a large entry, and so we wanted a custom door. But it turns out that apparently, and I noticed it kind of like when we first got here a couple of years ago, I was looking at the door to go, uh-oh. I said, this does not look like seasoned wood. And one of you put a comment in the comment section from the video stating that, oh yeah, we call that wet wood or wet. We call it wet. Yeah, it's the same thing. Green wood. Yeah, it isn't seasoned. We call it unseasoned wood in the States. So the heat wave in Canada will be up to 32 Celsius in July. Oh my God, 100 degrees in the shade. So, Rona, I noticed it. I noticed the door. I didn't say anything, because there's nothing that I could do about it. God repairs. I wish God would repair the door. I'll have to pray on that. They didn't seal the door from the weather. Well, you could seal it from the weather, but I think that once it starts to dry out, once the door starts to dry out, right? Meaning that if it were wet wood, in other words, if they weren't using seasoned or kiln dried wood to make that door, then yeah, it's gonna warp. It's gonna come apart, and that's kind of what's happening. Now I'm thinking, can I save this door some kind of way? Because I am low budget Dan. I mean, it doesn't seem like it. I mean, because we run a $1,500 American budget in this house. It doesn't seem like I'd cheap out on this, but I really don't want to replace it. But if I did replace it, it would be easy enough. I would replace it with a PVC door. I wouldn't go with wood. I'd go with PVC because that's going to expand and contract nicely. Although it doesn't really fit in with the house. I would have to fake it, paint it so it looks like stain, wood stain or something like that. But it can be done. So yeah, well, they sealed the door from the weather. I mean, it has a lacquer finish, but it doesn't. But if it's wet wood and it starts to dry out over time, it's going to warp. And there's nothing that you can do to stop it. And it's been so, but we've had all. I mean, this summer, whatever you want to call it, this hot season has been driving everybody crazy. Everybody knows. I say, okay, we'll see after a while, Tim. And so, it's not surprising to me that it would accelerate the drying out of the door. But now I started messing first with the locks to see if I can get them to work, and I was successful getting the locks to work on the door again. But when I took them apart, I was amazed at how rusted out everything inside was, because of the weather, because of the fact that we have a lot of salt in the air around these parts. I mean, the Philippines they're islands. Ocean surrounds us. There's ocean everywhere. So it's going to be salt water. It's going to be salt water blowing in the wind. You're going to be inhaling salt water. You're going to rust out. You're going to have to get an oil can and constantly oil those locks. But I'm too lazy to do that. And so nobody oiled these locks. And I discovered they were all rotten. And so I had to change them out, and I had to MacGyver them. And I had to MacGyver them. Otherwise, I would have had to spend something like $100 American money on a new lock set. And it just isn't worth it, considering that, considering that I'm going to eventually have to repair the door. I'm going to have to replace the door. So why would I spend $100 on a lock set and not even know if I'm going to be able to use it on another door? Hey, Filipina Raquel, how are you? So nice to see you. I think that's you anyway, right? F Me Out TV. Filipina Raquel, thank you so much for being here. So anyway, that's what this week has kind of been about, and not too stressful because after all, I'm retired, and I do have brother-in-law Joe who's driving us around. But we have parked the vehicle a couple of days, and we've taken a trike. But man, I got to tell you, that little van, that little Suzuki, that thing is a fun thing to ride around in. I kind of knew it was going to be fun, because it just looks fun. Yeah, it just looks fun. Folks, if you're trying to buy something in the United States, a secondhand vehicle like that, you would pay a fortune for it. This is how crazy the economics of the states are right now. It is insane. Things that in my own, you guys are very lucky. I know there's some of you struggling in here. I know that money is tight. I really do know that. And the thing is that it's tighter over there in the States. It's crazy how fast things are changing there while everybody is going around saying, this is the best economy in modern history. In the meanwhile, big trucking companies are failing. And Yellow Freight just announced they're going out of business. 99 Cent Store has closed. Businesses are closing left and right, especially small mom and pop businesses, which were the backbone of the American economy. They're closing. 40% can't afford to pay their monthly rent. Every man repeats the story is here. And it's just a terrible setup. And yet we have the government saying employment numbers are great. When you look beneath the surface, you're seeing part-time jobs. You're seeing people losing jobs at Yellow Freight where they're making prevailing wage, and now they have to the only other jobs they can get are part-time jobs. Three of them work in the fry stations at different fast food restaurants. And so now even McDonald's has come out and said we're being impacted by this whatever it is this economy is. Bidenomics, right? I really don't know what they're calling it. That wasn't nice of me to say something like that, right? So I didn't mean to blame anybody for it, but I'm just saying that they're but Biden administration is certainly right. The one, yeah, Gardena, yeah, that's right, yeah. Well, Gardena would be what, southwest of Los Angeles, something like that. Yeah. I haven't been to Gardena in such a long time. Well, anyway, or I should say I haven't been chased into Gardena in such a long time. Anyway, the whole thing is that they're trying to feed everybody a bunch of crap by telling everybody how great the economy is. We are in an election year. I'm not sure this has anything to do with it, right? And so, they're out there trying to buy votes, by implementing positive changes for low income people and things like that. But I'm not sure. It might be a little bit too late for that. It might be a little bit too late to try and get everything working the way it's supposed to by the end of the year, especially by election time. Anyway, I didn't mean to go sideways talking about the political climate in the United States, but it is pretty terrible for most people. Then again, other people that I know, they've never made as much money as they're making now in the States. They're just making a ton of hella money. Right place, right time. Right place, right time, and they're making a ton of money. So some people will, but that is a very, very small percentage, and I'm happy for them. I'm happy for them. Why would I not be? Why would I not be? I'm not one of the kind of people that would get out there and deny anyone their right to live the life that they want to live. You know? But we could always dig a great big hole and we could shove all your belongings in there if that's what you want on the day of your demise. Oh my gosh, you see that? You see what I just did there? No wonder people they accuse me of practicing. What do they call that? What's that mental health disorder they call? Anyway, I'm out of the game, but I'm out of the game. I hardly think about that stuff. But anyway, I'm making more money being retired than I made when working. Most of us are. Actually, that's that's really very interesting, Tim. But I had no idea. I calculated everything out, and I was like, really, I had no idea that it was gonna. I'm sure that I'm suffering from something like that. Being in the trenches and working with the people that I did for as many years. Oh my gosh. But anyway, Tim, the whole thing is that I didn't realize it was going to happen that way, and I didn't realize that it was going to math out that way. I was actually a little bit concerned about it, and now, of course, I'm no longer concerned about it. I got Manny and I. We have just about everything we need. We're truly blessed in terms of that, in terms of how much money and things we have to work with. It's almost scary. It's almost scary that things are going as well as they are. But I've long passed that point where I worry about something going wrong, that things they go so right that you start anticipating things going south or things turning south because you have a hard time accepting the fact that everything is going great. Does that make any sense to anybody here? Is anybody in here even the least bit interested in anything that I am talking about? Let's see. Every man says I'm teaching Jen to read Tagalog. We study together. People who study together, uh, I lost it. Oh my gosh. I cracked myself up. He says, no, you're not. And Tim says, not interested at all in anything that I have to say. Charmaine is here. Charmaine, thank you so much. Your timing's good. Thanks for saving me. Yes, exactly, every man. You buddy together. Exactly. All right. So, oh my gosh, I'm having so much fun. Lorraine, Cha Ram, we're 38 minutes and 48 seconds into the live stream. Everything is going swimmingly. Swimmingly. Who's here? Who else is here that all right. So, we're going to be drawn pretty soon. Yeah, we're going to have a contest. 3 people are going to walk away with pesos 200. And I think I loaded up my Gcash last week and it's ready to go. Yep, I think so. Who's here? Tim. Kim Dziak. Charmaine says, hello. Hello. It's me, Lou. Is hanging in there with us too. Having so much fun, it should be illegal. And it most likely is. And I'm probably going to be pending deportation, just like Every Man Has a Story is. There's that Andy Omar. Oh yeah, I promised myself, dang it, that I wasn't going to bring his name up, Andy Omar going after Andy Omar had posted something, right? He said, I'm not going to be that way anymore. And the next thing you know, he's doing a live stream down in a few folks. I really used to like Andy Omar, but I'm starting to wonder. I'm not saying I don't like him or appreciate, his sense of humor, but I mean, he's starting to make me he's starting to look a little bit unbalanced, if you know what I mean. Every Man Repeats the Story says they will never take me alive. And me either. And me either. I am almost sure of it. I did like Every Man. I will tell you this though. I did appreciate that you and Jen and the baby did that live stream together. I thought that was the right thing to do. Listen to your audience and just give them what they want. Give them what they want. And so in the chat, I've been waiting for it too. I just hadn't said anything. I've been waiting for it, He is like a woman. He changes his mind. Yes, indeed. Well, that's a good thing. You have to be a little bit open-minded and flexible. I'm sorry, I got to reach down here. I dropped my water. Oi. And why do I put my water in the ground? Because I spilled it one too many times on the desk. Annie MC is here. Alfie Martin is in the house. Anna Mae, what do you say? Thanks for sharing me out today. So anyway, what else was going on? Oh, the door. So we're done with the subject of the door. We're done with that. Everything is going okay. I'm going to try and make it last for as long as I possibly can before we have to replace it. Every Man says, I'm so happy you watched it. They come across as being sincere. Yes. As a matter of fact, you did. It was surprisingly sincere, and yeah, you did a really good job on that. My compliments. I was very, very surprised, very shocked, but I appreciated it. I appreciated that you came across because you're learning. Apparently, you're learning. Apparently, you can teach an old dog new tricks. Did you get that? You get what I just did there? I knew you would appreciate it. By the way, after you punch what's his name, do you still have your ambassadorship with the embassy going on, the U.S. embassy or the U.S. consulate? Do you still have your ambassadorship, your volunteer position, or did they take that away from you? I'm just curious about that. Hey, really, it's none of my business if you don't want to talk about it. Just seems that it just seems that if I were to knock somebody out, it probably would be not such a great day. Uh, when I'm supposed to be there, I'm supposed to be helping somebody. If I knocked them out, yeah, you got promoted. That was my other guess. It was not my first guess because that's the way government works. So remember, I worked in government, so I know a little bit about how that works, right? It makes sense. It makes perfectly good sense. At least you were getting mail of some kind, even if it's hate mail. Yeah, that's true. Uh-oh. Am I buffering? I'm buffering on one phone, but not on the other. Now I'm buffering, 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 and now it stopped. Buffering. All right. So, yeah, I am now Vice Consul Emeritus. You are funny. So, in other words, they did show you the door. Yeah, we're going to put you out to pasture. And it happens to the best of us. What can I say? It happens to the best of us. It's part of life, right? Oh, hang on here. Hang on. I need to give somebody a jacket here. I do apologize for not being able to multitask like many of you are able to do. Yeah, I hope you'll give me a little bit of room. Because I'm a retired senior citizen. Oh, by the way, I used to not like being referred to as a senior until recently, right? Until recently, when I've discovered that it serves me very well, especially when boarding planes, especially getting in the priority line for getting on the ferry. So I used to not like that very much. And then all of a sudden I go, huh? You mean if I'm senior, I get special boarding and I also get to get on the ferry before everybody else? I'm senior. I'm an old man. And this here is my nurse. At one time we actually walked into the airport where we were almost getting ready to board when Minnie was approached by one of the concierge, right, saying that, oh, so why don't you guys board first since you're his helper, and she said, oh yeah, that sounds like a great idea. And we were able to board. We were able to board the plane early. Minnie played. She was very, very good about playing along. 13 million people in the house. 13 million. Pamela Espada is here. Pamela, how are you? Thanks for being here today. But it's not the same 13 million that we started with, right? It's changed over. It's turned over 2 or 3 times, Charmaine. But there are a couple of you like Tim and F Meow TV and Anna May, Charmaine. You're hanging in there with me. By the way, where's Mel? I thought for sure Melanie Calapayan was going to be here today because she sent me a special message saying, when's your live stream? And I said, well, it's coming up Friday at 6, Philippines time. And I don't see her yet. One of you might message her for me and say, Dan's asking about you. You could tell Mel, you could say, hey, Dan's talking smack about you. He's saying that you disappointed him because you're not in the stream today. You're not showing up in the chat. No, maybe she is here under one of her ninja channel names. I don't know. Folks, if you don't mind me being just so blatantly obvious about requesting that you gear up and go back and watch all those videos so I can get my $100 for this month, I would truly appreciate it. We're actually very, very close. We're actually very, very close to getting it. I think we got like we've gained on it since last week about $5 or $6. That's pretty good. And so, no, we're not making a ton of money. But the whole thing is, if we get that $100, then I could use that money to boost the prize payout in these contests. Instead of going 250 pesos, I could add slots to it, or we could increase the amount. I was going to ask you what you wanted to do, but so far we got probably $30 and change to go. When I was checking before airtime, I saw that we're making progress towards that first $100 check, and I sure would like to spend it on you. So I know you've been doing a good job. I know most of you in here have been in there, and you've been just so dedicated watching the thing over and over and over again until you can't take any more. I realize that. Wow. Hey, 250 pesos is mine. I will take it. That will help a lot. Actually, that will go a long way in getting us to that $100. So I really appreciate that. Filipina Raquel, thank you so much. What else do I want to talk about today? The ice cream. I want to go back to the ice cream. Oh, Mama Gina is here. Mama Gina, how come you don't have a jacket? Oh, you don't need one because we're in a heat wave. Okay, there you go. There you go. Let's see. I'm trying to get my ducks in a row. All right. 13 million people here. It's me, Lou. It's me, Lou. What's your favorite number? No. Hey, so today here's what we're going to do on the contest. We're going to go up to 50. So your choices are going to be from 1 to 50. And the first person that guesses the number in the chat, I'm writing it down. I got my pad ready to go. I even have a pen ready to go. So what I'm going to do is I will think of the number and I'm going to write it down on this pad. All right. Let's see. I mean to have my way with you, and I will. Oh, Dan, I mean to have my way with you, and I will. Okay. So I'm going to write it down, and then the first person to guess it, Marian Salonga, is gonna win the money. But once you win, that means you're out of the next round. That means that you're today's winner for the 200 pesos, and you can't win twice. Even in a heat wave, a jacket can offer insulation from the heat. Yeah, Tim, I notice a lot of people wearing jackets, and I'm not sure. I mean, I have SPF 50 long sleeve shirt. I think that Larry was talking about his protection, his shirts that offer SPF protection from the heat, and I have 3 or 4 of them, and it makes sense to me. It makes sense that you would cover up. You would cover up, but wouldn't you be worried that you'd get some kind of heat stroke or something like that? Wouldn't you be a little bit concerned that your internal body temperature would rise? I mean, it makes sense to have a breathable shirt that covers up everything. Hey, Mike, Married to a Beautiful Woman is here. Let me show you. Right there. No, that's Letty Me. That's Letty Me. Mike is right here. Okay, so Letty Me's here. Mike, Married to a Beautiful Woman. Yeah, so Mike, I was talking about my $1,500 budget earlier on. I don't know why I'm bringing it up again, because I saw Letty Me's name. She was saying, wow, that's really a huge budget. And I'm really shy about it, because it is when you compare it to how much many Filipinos live on. And I think, yeah, I mean, if I tried to do it, if it were me, if it were myself and Mam Minnie alone, we probably would be able to live at a much smaller budget. But we did things that I said that I wouldn't do. So now we have the car, now we have this Western style house that we're living in. Now we have all this stuff that I'm in make-believe land, just like when living in the States. But it's scaled down. It's a scaled down version of it. I'm fine in the Apache sweat lodges, and I wear jackets inside. Okay. Mm, and you come out of there alive? You don't come out of there uh, red like a lobster, you know? Tim Dzak saying 1,500 is my usual monthly budget. But you are in an area, Tim, that's a might bit more expensive to live, if you don't mind me saying. In other words, you have a lot of expats moving in there. It's a very popular landing spot for expats when they're coming to the Philippines. And also Pampanga is also pretty, even though you don't live in the touristy area, it is a touristy city, and that drives the economy. And so it's going to be a little bit more expensive. And so also something that's been going, we've been spending money pretty much like drunken sailors the last few months. And the way that I've been working at this is we run out of the money a little bit early before the budget month is completed. Then we just create the budget for the next month. Create the budget for the next month, and we do that for 2 or 3 months in a row, and then we end up in a shorter month where we actually catch up. So in other words, I haven't thrown much new money at the household budget. That's for sure. Not lately, but we are maintaining a bunch of junk. Now we have the car. Now we have this house where I like to keep the air conditioners running. Like two are running right now. One above here in the office is running. It's a newer one that we put in. Yeah, it has been, and I appreciate you coming. I appreciate you taking the time to be here, Mike. And then we have the one in the kitchen that's running. They're both running at 27 degrees Celsius. But that's what gives me the $8,000 per month electric bill. And by the way, I know some of you, there might be one or two of you in here that are curious as to what my electric bill is or was for this month. It came a couple of days ago, and it was actually less, even though I thought that I was running the electricity a lot more. So we're gaining on this heat thing, and I think a lot of it does have to do with the fact that we insulated these windows. It really helped a lot. Let's see, my budget in the Philippines is 80K pesos. Well, that's a pretty good budget. I mean, that's pretty close. What is that? It's just a little bit higher than what we're spending, I would say. Right. So let's see, 1,000, almost 2,000, 1,800, something like that. 1,600 a month for Mike married to a beautiful woman. And Tim Dzak is saying I follow the 50-30-20 rule for budgeting. And yeah, even though I know what that is, right? I'm no good at following rules, and so everybody here knows that. It wouldn't do me any good. Even though I know what that is, right? It wouldn't do me any good because in the States it worked out beautifully, I will admit. And here, yeah, I never stress about money. There's just plenty of it to go around. No brag. No, I'm not really bragging. It's just the way that it turned out. You know what? When it's 40%, when it costs you 40% of what it does in the United States in order to live, and people are bringing U.S. money over here, it's no wonder that the locals look at Americans and other foreigners like they are rich. We're not really rich, but it is all relative. I mean, a comfortable lifestyle is what most people, try to achieve, and we definitely have achieved it. I can't see things changing that much here on out. Our focus, meaning I, it's going to be on travel. I need to have a cool down room since I'm alone. Yeah, and that's if I were living alone, that's the way that I would do it also. There's no question about it. I would be escaping to the cool room. I would have that thing turned down to 68 degrees, and I'd have a big screen TV set, and I'd have a cooler with ice and whatever my favorite libation is, and I'd be enjoying my life right there until I decide to come out and play. So pretty much that would be my plan too, if I were only taking care of myself. Hi, the amazing Crystal, the mother of 12 children. Yeah, I don't know how she does it, Mike, but somehow she does it. Somehow she gets it done. All right, so everybody, let's go ahead and get started with the contest. We're almost an hour into the stream, and no one wants to listen to anything I have to say because I keep repeating myself, going in a circle. And so we're going to, now wait, you can't start guessing before I write down the number. And so what I'm going to do is either maybe Anime or somebody in there. Oh my God, I just noticed I will be having another brownout between 9 and 1. Oh, that's terrible. All right, so I'm going to write down a number here, and the first person to guess it. Now what I'm going to do is I will write in the comment, I will say, I'll just put go, and then you can start guessing after you see me, after you see my entry in the comment section, in the chat section. Then you can start guessing. It's 0 to 50. That's our range of numbers. The first person to guess the number wins pesos 200. But here's the whole thing, Mama Gina, if you're joining us for the first time on this contest, and Pressy Manzanero. So what you do is if you win, if you're one of the lucky ones, Madeline, and you end up winning the pesos 200, that's it. Your night is finished as far as winning the contest. You don't get a second guess, and you have to use your primary channel. No ninjas. You can't use the ninja in order to guess, because we want as many people as possible to have an opportunity to win. So it's only your primary channel or your name or whatever you want to use, but it's only one. You only get one entry, one guess. Wait a minute. What did I just say? So that also brings up an interesting thing. And you can keep guessing, I suppose, until we have a winner. Then I'll go back and verify in the chat, along with you helping me, along with you, all you moderators helping me, to make sure that the person that I declare as the winner is actually the first one that posted the winning number in there. This is a great way of doing it, I think. It simplifies everything, and it still makes it a contest, right? All right, so now I'm writing down a number between 1 and 50. And the first person to guess it. Yeah, we know what your guess is, Mike. That's your favorite number. I thought that was Lou's favorite number, right? So now what I'm going to do is I have to put a go in the chat, and then you can start guessing. And as soon as you see that showing up, then you can start guessing on what the winning number is. God repairs 1. 1's not bad, but no. Oh man, they're going. You guys are going fast. Oh dang! I have to grab my phone. I forgot I was supposed to grab my phone because there's lag time. All right, we do have a winner. Stop. We have a winner. We have a winner. Stop. Stop guessing. Let me go back and look. I saw the number in there. All right, so I'm going to show you. Okay, so now we have winner number 1, but I'm going to show you what the number is first. I'm going to look to verify who the winner is, okay? So here's the number 31. Now someone in here tell me who won. Let's see, let me see. Go, and then the first person to give us 31. I haven't found it yet. I'm going down my list to make sure that I don't mess up and announce a winner that didn't really win. So I see, let's see, Okay. All right. Yeah, that was my pick too. So the winner on this one is Letty Me. Letty Me wins 200 pesos for getting number 31. Congratulations, Letty won. That's pretty cool. Letty, that's pretty cool, huh? 200 pesos is coming your way. All right, let's do this again. That was pretty fun, I thought. Okay, so now again, don't start guessing until, I say go, or I put go in the chat. And also, obviously, it's not going to be 31 again, right? Obviously, it is not going to be 31. But I have come up with a number here, and I'm excited for us. I really am. And you can start guessing now. You can start putting up the numbers now. Let's see. I'm going to look for my go. Are you guys having fun guessing? I'm going to my phone again, and I'm not sure if somebody picked the winning number from 1 to 50. All right, who was the joker that picked number 99? All right, it's out of control. It's out of control. Stop. I'm putting the stop order in. And I'm going to show you what the number is. Stop. Don't guess. No more guessing. Let's see if we have a winner. Now, if we don't have a winner, we'll do it again, right? But let's see if we got one. Let's see if we got one. All right, here's the number. Number 9. Okay, number 9. Do we have a winner at number 9? It looks like I see Crystals has number 9 down here, but I'm not sure she was the first. So you guys tell me. You guys tell me. Yeah, it looks like a couple people chose number. It looks like a couple people chose number 9. So it looks like it was Crystal's Adventure that won. So if there's any disputes about that, then you can curse me in the private email and we'll work it out. But it definitely looks like the mother of 12 won pesos 200. Okay, so far we've got Letty Me and we have Crystals. All right, so now we're 1 to 50. You have to choose a number between 1 and 50. So far, Letty Me and Crystals are the winners. You guys are out. So we can give somebody else a chance of winning. And so here's the final number. There's Mel. Somebody must have texted Mel and said I was talking about. Mel, how are you doing? It's nice to see you here. Thanks for coming. I really appreciate it. I know that it's tough sometimes. You're raising a family, most of you are, and then you've got time constraints. So now I'm putting in the last numbers between 1 and 50. And so the winner who guesses what this number is going to win pesos 200. It's the last one. Jan, it's the last one. Jan is cold, right? Jan. Hang on a second. Hang on a second. And then don't start guessing until I put the go in the chat. All right, go, and then you guys can go ahead and guess. All right, wait. I'm thinking the number from 1 to 50. What will it be? What will it be? All right, I've selected a number. And now it's go time. Jeez. It is go time. Don't be shy. Don't be shy. Give it all you got. Give it all you got. Wow, it's going by so fast. You guys are good at this, and I'm lousy at this. The number is from 1 to 50. You have to guess between 1 and 50. Okay, stop. Everybody stop. Okay, so now here's what happened. Something weird happened, right? So I'm going to show you the number, and then you guys are going to know what happened, okay? So here's the number. Stop. Don't guess anymore. All right, here's the number. So now Tim put 18 in there right before I said go. Did you guys notice that? So that would make his guess not count. But so now I want you to look through the chat here and see, was there another guess for number 18, or did Tim scare you guys away because I didn't react? Oh, God Repairs has 18. I see that in there. God Repairs. Pressy Manzanero has 18. She was before God Repair. So a couple of you selected number 18. Is it Pressy is the winner on this? You folks tell me who won. It looks like it might be Pressy Manzanero, but I'm not. No, Anna May. Anna May has 18. Anna May, as I move my way up the food chain here. So Tim didn't impact your guessing, apparently, on what the number might be. All right, so who's our winner? Okay, now I'm going all the way back. Congratulations, sis. Jay Lynn. Jay Lynn wins. Okay, so Jay Lynn was the first one to put 18 in there. You guys are good. This is working out really great. Jay Lynn is the winner. Winner, chicken dinner. So do we have any disputes? I thought you'd mess me up, Tim, but you didn't. And then how's it that you came up with the number, Tim? I'm just kind of curious. So before we sign off, I'm kind of curious. Did you feel me telepathically sending you the number? That's kind of what I'm curious about, Tim. And I'm serious about that. I'm serious about that. Did you feel the number? Did you feel the number 18? I'll wait for a second just to see if Tim is going to answer that question. Or maybe, Tim, you want to answer the question offline in Messenger. But I'm kind of curious about that. You're welcome, Jalen. Okay, all that money is coming to you. That's going to be 3 winners. That's going to be Letty Me, Crystals, and Jay Lynn. And thanks so much, everybody, for coming to the live. I really appreciate it. And Tim is saying, I want the chicken dinner as a consolation prize. I think a chicken dinner is going to cost me more than 200 pesos, though. All right, so remember what I said. We're getting close to that 5,000 pesos on YouTube. You know, the first $100. It's been, it's actually taken a little bit longer than I thought it would. My feelings aren't hurt. My feelings aren't hurt that it's taken so long to get close to the number, but we're 2/3 of the way there to that $100. I certainly would like to share that 5,000 pesos with you. And if you go back, you watch the videos and watch those commercials, then that will certainly help us a lot get to that 5,000 peso direct deposit into the bank account. Everybody, thanks so much for being here. I had a lot of fun. This is too much fun. We hit a home run on doing it this way, didn't we? Thanks so much, because everybody, everybody's looking at the thing. You can figure this out way before I can. Hey, I just come up with the numbers, I appreciate you guys for keeping me honest, and we'll see everybody next week. And don't forget to watch the videos and the new ones that are coming out. They're coming out. I got one tomorrow. It's going to be an interesting one, and we'll see you guys on the next live stream. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye. Have a nice weekend.